right, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Morning Edge webinar. We're going to start with our analysis here in a second, but man, the dollar is really on fire right now. Dollar is ripping. I'd sold some dollar yen around 119 or 117.97. I shorted some euro yen overnight too at 122.60. Obviously, the euro yen's working out really well because the euro is at new 52-week lows, by the way. So the euro yen's working just fine. If the euro could ever get a freaking bounce, the dollar yen might pull back a little bit, but dollar yen is just really getting pummeled at the moment. All right, the euro is getting pummeled. I mean, we're at new, like I said, we're new 52-week lows right now. Yeah, we're just seeing this is, I don't know if this is like the start of like the dollar buying, it's just like nonstop dollar buying, but I've mentioned to you guys even over the last couple of days, we are in a situation where there's massive dollar demand. I mean, there really is, and I think it's going to continue. Going into the end of the year. Hold on, I gotta look here at the euro yen real fast too, or euro New Zealand. Excuse me. I'm not long this right now, but I want to be. I want to be long this one too. This pound New Zealand. This is a cup and handle pattern right here. So I gotta keep a little pound yen exposure because today we have New Zealand dairy auction results. Those dairy auction results come in weak. We're going to get a nice cup and handle pattern breakout, which I think is going to be a pretty massive move. I've got some long Aussie New Zealand as well. And if you guys have seen the Aussie New Zealand, we're right up against this massive trend line here. So if we break 105, this is going to be a huge breakout for the and a breakdown for the New Zealand pair. So it's all about the New Zealand dairy auction results at this point. That's because that's going to be the highlight, I think, of our day today as far as data goes, because we have really wholesale sales, but that's crap. It's crap data, It's going to be nothing. Okay, let's. There's a couple other comments I wanted to read really quick before I'm done. Bob says, FYI, I'm moving to Stamford, Connecticut sometime next year, probably in April. That's awesome, Bob. Well, I'll probably be visiting Greenwich, so we'll make sure we stay in touch, of course. Glenn says, thanks for many 12 years with you. Glenn in New York City. Change is good. Thank you, Glenn, and I appreciate it. Yeah, I know I've met you in person many years ago, and Nick had to go to his son's Christmas Carol concert. See you tomorrow. All right, Nick, we will see you tomorrow for sure. Ahmad says, gonna miss the Crazy Smurf song. Yeah, you guys know whenever you hear the Smurf song, it's me, Michael says, Blake, it's been said that the best things in life are free, and nothing illustrates that better than these free webinars you have been doing for so many years. I can't thank you enough. Best of luck with your new gig, and include me in when you go to New York City. Thank you very much. Alex said, hey Blake, I just overheard my wife talking to my 13-year-old boy and telling him that you're leaving and I will not hear you any longer in the mornings. He goes, aw, you had an impact far larger than you may think. Sometimes I'd drive them to school and would listen to you on my phone during the morning, and I'd say that you're one of the best in your business, and funny too. Good mentor and entertaining too. Thanks, Alex. That means a lot to me. Really does. Really does. James says, end of an era. Vocal presentation always superb. Never a mumbled word. You will be missed. All the best. Jim from Fort Lauderdale. Thank you, Jim. Luca reading "O Captain, My Captain" poem by Walt Whitman. O Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack. The prize we sought is won. The port is near. The bells I hear. All the people, all exulting. Man, it's good stuff, you guys. Good stuff. Honored to have been part of your life for so many years in your daily lives. And like I said, just follow me on Twitter. I'll be around. I will. Euro, new lows. Euro, new multi-year lows. Euro US dollar just getting creamed here. This dollar index is just on fire. Amazing, huh? Just amazing. Okay, let's figure out where the hell we're going. Let's get our bias chart. Okay, we got our bias chart. Let's do this thing, right? Let's blow this popsicle stand. All right, so you can see we've pushed past the 127% extension. So the 161% extension comes in at 102.75. I mean, I have no other visible support at this point. I don't. Let me check something because this is going to be way further, I think. Yeah, it is. I mean, really, it looks like 102.75 is going to be really next support, 102.75. And I know some of you are like, man, are we going to get it all the way down there today? I don't know. It looks like the dollar's on a kind of a slippery slope, doesn't it? As far as maybe the euro's on a slippery slope. The possibility of us getting down there today, why not? Who wants to be long in the euro? Seriously, who wants to be short the dollar? I mean, I'm short some dollar yen, but I mean, it definitely is a scary thing. 127% of this move will take us to 103.33. So let's write 103.30. All right, that might give us some near-term support on this move down. Resistance now, I would say, is very simple. It's right here. So while we are below 104.20 today, so we should leave that yellow line. We're going to get rid of this one. While we are below 104.20, it's bearish, without a doubt. Okay. Pound dollar. So we broke through that fib confluence that we were looking at yesterday, and believe it or not, it stopped us yesterday. Stopped the sell-off yesterday, gave us a reasonable bounce. We rejected this trend line. 123. Well, let's figure out. See, the problem here is that was the breakout point. Remember at 123.30. Remember what a big deal that number was for so long. At 123.30. Really, I mean, it looks like the next stopping point's below 122. I know it sounds crazy, but let's get rid of this just to get rid of that. So 122.35 is the next stop. 122.35. Okay, resistance. So any move back up here, let me grab this just so we don't have to put on more yellow lines. Any move back here should find sellers. So any move up to 124 and a quarter. Okay. Okay, equity is just ripping. All right. Let's go over to the Swissy. And I sit here and look at the Swissy every freaking day, and I think, why the hell am I not long the Swissy? Because, I mean, because of the interest rate differentials, like, why am I not long this thing? And it's like I don't even have a good answer. Like, you know. So, I mean, this target points at 104.82 on that flag. So this resistance is key today. This is 103.40. Beyond that, it's game on. So 103.40. Support is, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, if we get back to the flag base, that right there at 102.75, and be lucky if we get back there at this point. Bullish. Dollar yen. Now I am short dollar yen at the moment. Not necessarily happy with it either. I'm down 20 pips. Yeah, I'm up 30 pips in the euro yen, but this dollar yen, I mean, this thing's, you see that dip yesterday. We were looking at a dip towards 116, didn't quite make it. We held the 50% retracement and bounced, so that happened. But the dollar yen's not an uncharted territory because we've been up here already. So, one 18. I mean, 118.25. Beyond that is obviously 118.65. So I'm going to write down two levels of resistance: 118.25, 118.60. Still bullish. Yes, I am trading counter trend right now, being short the dollar yen. Support should be pretty strong back at 117.50 now. Let's go take a look at the dollar Canadian. Look at that. Can't stop, won't stop. Oh, is that a Miley Cyrus song? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I won't ever do that again to you. I am so apologetic at this moment. Sorry about that. Relative strength is divergent as all get out too. Look at this. Look at the hourly. Look at the hourly relative strength. Notice this. Okay. Oops. Hold on. See that? See how we're kind of pushing higher right here? See how it's kind of moving higher? See this? Moving lower? It's divergent, right? So that means to me, if we can get up there, you've got to be short up there because this will do this, then reverse, right? So 134.80 is going to be a good place to be on the short side of it. Now, it's bullish, so just know that. Um, but in case we can get up there, that's probably not a bad place to be short, frankly. It is bullish, okay? If you want to be safer relative term, but want to be the safer trade is going to be long from down there, okay? So that'll be from 133.20. Okay. Damn. All right. Let's see. Bu- 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 ba 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 ba. Let's take a look at this Kiwi. Now, remember, we have the dairy auction results coming out of New Zealand today. Okay. Now, with the dairy auction results, I mean, we've seen a continuously. Let me show you the chart here. So we've seen a continuous rise in auction prices, dairy auction prices over the last 4 weeks. Now, look at this really fast. Just take a look at this. All right, 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks. We have some longer increases here, but 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks. So what that suggests to me is that the risk of a weaker print out of New Zealand, out of the dairy auction results, is higher. Okay, so if that didn't happen, if the dairy auction results are weak, now remember we have a big head and shoulder pattern, right? You guys see that big ass head and shoulder pattern that's playing out, right? Um, this head and shoulder pattern points to 60 sub 65 cents. We're at 69 right now. Okay, so the next stop is 68 cents. Do we really write that down for today? I mean, we're really oversold here on the 4 hour. Very, very oversold. All right. Any spike up to, what's the spike low there? 69 and a quarter? Support. I know I don't want to write this, but I'm going to have to. It's bearish. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to put you on hold for a few minutes. When I come back, we'll do the Aussie dollar index, peso, Swedish krona, Norwegian krona. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a few. All right, traders. This is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Morning Edge webinar. I want to welcome you all back. So we are, dollar's still pretty strong here, and bonds are starting to bounce a little bit. Just keep an eye on the 10-year, and bonds are starting to firm up, which could if the bonds continue to move higher here, it's going to put some downside pressure on yields, maybe a little bit on the dollar too. So we'll watch those rather closely as well. Let's see here. Let's go back into the Aussie dollar. Here's bonds, by the way. You can see they're just kind of there. Here's the Aussie. So the Aussie, we are almost at the 618 retracement of the 2016 move. So that comes in at 72.10, which I'm actually more interested in this, believe it or not. I'm more interested in this level right through here. Okay, but that doesn't mean that we won't stop at 72.10. Okay, so I'll write that down. 72.10. It's the 618, so we got to pay real close attention to it. Obviously, it's been sliding pretty aggressively. Resistance, very simple. Let's grab this yellow line for now. Again, it's trying to preserve all these yellow lines that we have all over the chart. While we are below 72.65, it is bearish. All right, let's take a look at the dollar index. So the dollar index at the 161% extension, again, relative strength is very divergent here, but it's not stopping the dollar at the moment. I mean, we are at resistance. See, this is huge resistance for the dollar. Remember, I mean, I'm going to write down 103.65. Beyond that, I'm going to just write down 104. We got to start looking at round numbers, right? 103.65, 104. Obviously, the dollar is bullish right now. Obviously. Support. $102.60. And it's bullish. I mean, there's no other way to really put the dollar at this moment. Let's go over to the peso. Every day when I see the peso come down, I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm not short the peso, because every time I see it come down, it just ramps right back up again. 2050, 2030, and I think we just have to be respectful of these two levels right now. 2030, 2050. Still bullish, just, it's not really going anywhere at the moment. That doesn't mean that won't change. Um, US dollar, Norwegian krona. Oh God, here we are, right? We're pushing that resistance. I mean, I'm going to write down 73, 873. Beyond that, is that the 786 retracement? It is. So 876.50. It's bullish. And while we remain above here, not there. While we remain above 862, it's bullish. Okay. Let's take a look at the Swedish krona. Man, this dollar yen is still strong. Man, okay. Here's the Swedish krona above 930. I mean, we have to look at 950 as being our next level of resistance. I know we got some of this near-term stuff, but really that's 161% extension, so it's 950. Bullish. Okay. All right. Let me go back and take a look. Man, this dollar yen is unstoppable. Gold's at support.